Welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. I'm your host, Rita, and that is Aaron.
Yes, and today we'll be reviewing the Carlos Torano 1916 Camaroon. It is wrapped in cedar. It has some tape along here to hold it together. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And there's a little damage right here, not a big deal. You can kind of see the nick, that's alright. I've had worse in cigars. This looks like it's two bands, but I think it's one band held together in the center.
I got two.
Did
Look
you
on the back?
I know. But if you actually look at the front, it looks like they're connected.
They're not.
Oh, okay. So, I guess time will tell when I have to remove my band. Okay, this is at first a Camaroon wrapper. They say that Camaroon wrappers are among the most expensive wrappers on the market and among the most flavorful too. I also have a crack right there. Not a big deal. This is a extra aged Camaroon wrapper that the Carlos Torano used, or Charlie Torano. This was for their 100th anniversary from when, I forgot the grandfather's name, but when he came over from Cuba or whatever and got the company started. For those who don't know, Torano cigars are no longer owned by the Torano family. They are now owned by General Cigar. Just like CAO, Foundry, and what's the other one I was mentioning? Oh, Camacho, which they've bought up. This is supposed to be a 5.5 inch, but I measured it and it comes out 6 inches. So if anybody knows what I'm doing wrong, like, do I start measuring from here or where do I start measuring from? Because this comes out 6 and they only have a 6 inch in a Gordo size. So, and by all accounts, this is a 5.5 inch by 48. Its fillers are Nicaraguan and Honduran long fillers with a Nicaraguan binder. So, and it's a very thin binder wrapper on this. From when I gave it a cut. I can't tell you anything else more about the tobaccos, where they came from, or if they're anything special, but this is actually made in Esteli, Nicaragua, which is like the capital of cigars. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to start giving this a sniff test. Kind of nutmeg, spice, and hay off the foot and head. And kind of a slight sweetness off the wrapper. That's about all I can say about it. What do you got to say?
I'm getting pure hay.
So, without any further ado, we will spark these up. You do have your lighters, don't you?
No, I do not.
Unprepared.
Shut up. Every day I hear that.
Well, that's because it's pretty much true. What?
I'm not saying.
Well, for some reason today, she's mad at me. Kind of liking these flavors. Rather smooth and kind of cardboardish, but in a good way. Maybe some cedar in there. Mostly woodsy at this point, but a very, very light wood. Very smooth. Well, your thoughts? Do you have any yet?
I'm picking up chocolate and hay. Milk chocolate and hay.
One thing I'll say is it's not bucket loads of smoke. Kind of getting very little smoke output from this, but that's not a bad thing necessarily, as long as the flavors are there and the finish is good. And I'll say that the finish is lasting fairly nicely on this so far. It's not exactly a long last, and it's a very smooth and mellow flavor that lingers.
Set your timer.
No, I have not. I can do that. We're about 5 minutes in, so I'll add 5 minutes to whatever this says. Well, maybe not even 5 minutes. About 2 minutes, actually. New time. Start. So add 2 minutes to it. That's what I'll do. Yeah, some might say it's a draw issue, that it's not making a lot of smoke, but it's drawing just fine. It's just no smoke. But the flavors are there. Anyways, we should get back to you in the center part of this. See you soon. Welcome back to the Carlos Torano 1916 Camaroon. So far, flavors are very mellow, kind of cedarish, woodsy, maybe a little cardboardish, which is paper product, wood product. Those are the predominant flavors I'm getting. Maybe a mild hint of cocoa in them.
I'm picking up chocolate and cedar.
And we're currently 27 minutes in. Oh, sorry, add the 2 minutes. 29 minutes into this. It's burning a little faster than I like, but it is a smaller ring gauge. Rita's been smoking much faster than me. And I think she's trying to let hers go out because I'm just way too far ahead. Or she's too far ahead. I hope you don't do that. We might have to end up getting to my final third quicker because she's further into hers. But we'll see how that goes. But the smoke output's increased. It did need to be opened up, even though it seemed to be having great draw. It did have a little problem, and I had to use my screwdriver on it. So I guess we'll get back to you in the final third of this. Hello, and welcome back to the final third of this Carlos Torano 1916 Camaroon. And I gotta say, so far I'm kind of really enjoying these flavors. It's mostly cedarish, some slight nuttiness perhaps, but you know, it's mostly cedar, woodsy, and quite a nice cigar. Your thoughts?
It's a very nice cigar, and I'm still picking up cedar and possibly nuts, some type of nuts, but that's about it. No pepper, nothing.
And I will say that the body of this is picked up. Now, because I did some work on this earlier and was looking up the different types of tobaccos in it and trying to find out what type of Honduran tobacco might be used, which I couldn't find any luck on. It was just generic Honduran tobacco and generic Nicaraguan tobacco with a generic Nicaraguan binder. It did mean that I read quite a few reviews and descriptions of this. Now, I'll say, I got everything from spicy peppery on this to, cocoa and sweet spice. Then I had cedar and pepper. Nobody's, out of all the descriptions, not one of them matched each other, really. Most of them did seem to stick to the kind of cedarish, but otherwise it was all over the board. And that just goes to show that, taste is a perception that's different to pretty much everybody. So the main thing is, how are the bodies in this? And this is essentially a very mild-bodied with a very nice flavor in it that goes from mild to medium, with a stronger flavor near the end. It keeps me interested. At first I had some draw issues with this, and that might have been why it was feeling so light. But it's increased in flavor, and I definitely like that. The draw's gotten better. I'd buy these again. Anything you need to add?
I find it to be a unique flavored cigar. It's not something I'm used to, and I like it a lot,
We really don't smoke a lot of Camaroon wrappers. Reason for that is a lot of the Camaroon wrappers are more expensive and rarely get stuck into samplers. It's like Camaroon's got its own niche where if you want to smoke a Camaroon wrapper, you're going to be buying a single stick, or a 5-pack, or a box. So I know that there's a Camaroon in the nubs, and that is a sampler. Really had to get the tube. We have some of those we'll be reviewing soon. Don't know how soon. She's trying to save them off for next month. So anyways, we have nothing further to say, I guess.
Nope.
So thank you for watching.
Subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, and enjoy
Enjoy every puff.